We are ready for beer number 3 already, and this one I'm excited about. Would we even call it a beer, Michael?
Yeah, it's beer. There's
It's
beer
beer.
in it.
Okay. That's really
So this is the interesting one you're referring to. So this one, I was reading into this a little bit, but my thinking was, or my sense was, that this is taking place at some sort of fancy cocktail party, not in the US, and our heroine is an American. I could be completely wrong about that, except that the heroine is American because that's specifically referred to. But her Americanness is called out. And so she seems out of place as an American in this more sophisticated European setting. And so I decided we're going to, and she gets something spilled on her. So I have a cocktail party of some sort. So we're going to make a cocktail. So go with a version of the Americano. So Americano is an Italian cocktail. It is equal parts Campari and sweet vermouth with soda, club soda. But the beer Americano comes from a swanky cafe somewhere in Italy. And you just replace the club soda with a lager. So we're using Firestone Walker lager, which this is really just an American lager dressed up in a fancy can from a fancy brewery. For some reason, a couple of years ago, the American breweries, the craft breweries, decided to go against their founding of rebelling against crappy American lagers and start making crappy American lagers. So I'm going to go there. So I'm going to switch cameras here to the cocktail cam.
I love that you have a cocktail cam.
I like that.
This up here. So we start with a classic Collins glass. We're gonna fill that with some ice. I should be using a tong, but you know, who cares? Then I've got 1.5 ounces of Campari and 1.5 ounces of sweet vermouth. So I'm going to toss that in there. Then we're going to pour some beer into this little cup here. And then we're going to use one of these fancy, handy, handheld milk frothers. And we're going to froth that beer up. Get it so it's mostly foam.
How much beer should I have put in here?
I don't know, some.
That's like my cooking with Sean.
So this is an Italian beer Americano.
Top this off with that beer foam.
Oh, look how fancy that looks.
And garnish with an orange peel. So we'll twist that orange peel on top of there, stick it in, and there you go.
I love that it's a beer cocktail. That is awesome.
Now, I like to mix these up because you'll see the beer sort of floats on top.
Yeah, it's like suspension. You can see the different colors almost.
Yeah, so typically I like to mix these up because I like it all blended together.
Oh, okay.
It's lovely that way with the beer floating on top.
I just couldn't get mine to stay frothy no matter what I did.
It's not going to stay frothy very long. It's American lager.
Okay.
So I'm just going to mix this up because I want all of the stuff together. But I wanted you to see how the beer floats on top.
Okay. My orange peel just doesn't look as good as yours. In fact,
I make a lot of cocktails.
I'm going to put 2 orange peels to see if that balances it out. Here's mine.
This is super fancy. I'm going to have these at my next book club party.
I like that.
So there's an even better version of this that I like better. From that same Italian cafe, it's called the wheat beer Americano. So it uses German style wheat beer, a Hefeweizen. And
I would like that better. I love Hefes.
Substitute dry vermouth for the sweet vermouth and use a lemon peel garnish.
Ooh, well, that would make sense with the Hefe, yeah.
Yeah, I like that even better than the straight up beer Americano, but this is really good too. It's a great summer cocktail. I mean, this is so summery.
I am gonna totally make that, and I'll have to look up the Heffy one too, because I'm not much for lagers, but I love Hefeweizen. So yeah.
It's really easy, equal parts Campari and vermouth, and top off with beer.